Hey, PDC staff. Welcome to season 24, aka the year of COVID. So I want to just touch base and update with some things. First of all, I got a new music thing in the front studio. The other one was just not consistent. It's bigger than the other one. I'm going to eventually get it on a shelf to rise it up off the floor, but that's on my list of things to do. It's really easy. You turn it on, you click one button, and then you sign up to the Bluetooth. You probably know how to do it better than I do. It's really pretty loud. So, Kara, even when you're in front with tap class, you should be happy. But don't put the music too loud. We don't want to scare the children. Okay. Zoom setup. So we're offering Zoom in case someone has to quarantine, and I have at least two kids that I can remember off the top of my head who either have immune deficiencies or their mom's having a baby any moment, who were very appreciative that I was offering Zoom. I know it's a pain in the ass for us, but I like to be able to say that that's there so if people have to quarantine, they don't say, well, we shouldn't have to pay. So I got a new computer, so Kara, you don't have to worry. You can use that. And Clarice, it's up to you if you want to use that one or bring your own. So we'll have them set up in more the front though, because I don't want to take up a space in the back and have kids dancing in front, if that makes sense. So, what was I gonna say? And we're gonna have just two links this year. So it's a front studio link and a back studio link, because if the intermediate one class comes in and they're in the front studio, they stay in the front studio. Teachers change rooms. So you won't have that signing on and off crap. And when the classes change, it's just going to be kids leaving and then you letting in kids into the waiting room. You don't have to go and switch to which account and all that crap. So I think that'll help make that smoother, more efficient. So you just have to make sure you go to the waiting room. Of course, you'll have an attendance sheet. You see that, Susie Q's absent. You look before you start class, see if she's in the waiting room. And then, I know it sucks teaching on Zoom. If you have a kid on Zoom, you have to pay some attention to them by once in a while checking in. When they first sign on, make sure they can hear you and see you. Make sure you can hear and see them. Check back, see if they understand the Potterbury combination. But, again, if it's one kid, you've got to make sure the majority of your time is for the other kids, but you still should pay some attention to them too. If you have the group for the last class, you're going to let them go 5 minutes early. That's time for us to do a little cleaning between class. Unless, of course, it's the last class of the day, then no one's coming in. But we're letting out that class 5 minutes early so that there's less congestion in the waiting room. And also it gives you time, and we'll figure this out. Well, basically, if you're in the front studio, you're going to wipe down the bars in the front studio, wipe down the door handles, both sides, the door handles of the bathroom in the front bathroom, and the door, most importantly, the door in and out on the in and outside handles. What else? And I guess the faucet thingies in the bathroom too. And we really have to do that after every class, because if somebody comes down with it, we need to be able to say we wipe everything down after every class. So I talked to my board of health, and they said if everyone is wearing masks and they're 6 feet away, then they're fine. If Susie Q gets COVID and she followed the rules, then we don't have to quarantine the other people in her class because they stayed 6 feet apart. You can pass somebody. You can even be close to them for a couple minutes. It's 10 minutes and above that's when, if someone had COVID, then you have to go get checked and you have to quarantine. I hope that makes sense. Um, um, da 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 da. And do the bar after every class, even if you don't use it, because you know how the kids lean on it and touch it when they waiting to go across the floor. So let's just do it every time. You don't have to think about it. And I think you saw the video of the way the room is taped, the big rectangles. Um, and just be prepared that tape rips off easily. So I'm going to leave tape in each room. Feel free to fix the triangle or whatever. Um, and the pink X's, remember, go around the side so that they can go across the floor. Um, and just keep coming from the stage left starts. Just keep coming from stage left. Like, don't have them flip around. And when you go to do that, so they're all in their rectangles and you're ready to go across the floor. Don't just say get on a pink X. Say, you go first X, you go second X, and just have them go to the closest X. So there's just less passing of each other. There's less congestion with each other. Da, 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 da. And when kids come in, obviously preschoolers, their bags stay with their parents. But when kids come in, have them put their bags against the wall near a pink X, so that way they're 6 feet apart. Put their shoes on. Oh, I forgot. They should take their street shoes off and leave them in the hallway. But their dance bags should be brought in with them and put in by the pink X. That way, when they change shoes, they're 6 feet apart. And again, they stay. We change rooms. The waiting room fits 11 kids, or parents for the younger kids. I only have a couple classes with more than 11 kids in it. So, and those kids are able to go straight to the room anyway. So we don't have to worry about the waiting room for that. And just so you know, basic dance 2 and up, parents can't come in at all. So, hey, it'll be quiet in the waiting room. Yay! And then at the end of class, let kids go one at a time. And the kids closest to the door. Like Susie go. And Jessie go. And Rena goes. Whatever. Because I just don't want a big cluster. They should already have their bag with them. They should just be going to get their shoes. Remind them to be 6 feet apart when they're putting their shoes on. Remind them if they're waiting to get picked up outside, they have to be 6 feet apart. It's all about 6 feet apart. So I'll be emailing you the schedule. So just let's look at Wednesday. So at 4:10, I'm reading backwards here. Hopefully I say this right. 4:10, preschool 2, N for Nicole, and the little tiny F there means she's in the front studio. And at 4:30, intermediate 1, K for Carrie, tap for tap, is in the back. So then at 5 o'clock, Carrie and Nicole have to switch rooms. Carrie goes in the front and does tap with the intermediate 3s that just came in, and Nicole's in the back for intermediate 1. And then they both stay in the same room, so that will be an easy thing, and you won't have to clean there, obviously, because it's all the same kids. So you get the idea. I'll email this to you. Let me know if there's any questions about that. And I have to tell you, I'm a little nervous. I was freaking out after my first open house ever because I only had 20 students. I'm not quite at that level of freaking out, but I am a little scared. I have to be honest with you. My preschool numbers are down. The general numbers are down 60%. I'm at 60%. And from what I'm reading online, I think a lot of people are at about 50%. There's some people doing better, some people doing worse, but I think we're just a little bit above average. I had to lay Brittany off, sadly, and she understands. and I'm praying that I can bring her back when we get more numbers. And some of you guys have less hours. I'm teaching 6 days a week now. And like, so for instance, I'll just read off some of my numbers. So all my preschool classes only have 2 kids in it. My preschool 1, and then preschool 2, one has 1 and one has 7. So come on. Basic dance 1, they each have 6. Basic dance 2, 9 and 1. Intermediate 1 has 4 and 10. Beginner class only has 1. I don't think that's going to be a go, which is not unusual. Intermediate 2 has 9. Intermediate 3 has 7. Intermediate 4 has 13. Intermediate 6, 7 is 8. Teen class is 7. Advanced classes are 10, 10, 11. Adults is 5. I just had 2 register, but 3 of those people are new. So who knows if, no, actually, one of them is brand new and the other one is a friend of a friend. So hopefully they'll work. So I just did a Facebook ad. It just started the other day. I'm reaching out to my former people and prospects, harassing them. And I'm praying that school starts this week too. And normally it goes, the school starts and then we start the week after. So I'm hoping that once kids get into school and the groove of things, that they'll be signing back up. So just keep in mind, keep the classes fun. Remember, we're all stressed and the kids are stressed. So really just make it fun and a positive thing. Shoes may not be in yet because a lot of people didn't come to shoe fitting day. And if they didn't, I just guessed by their street shoe size. So I'm sure a lot of kids are going to be coming in as stocking feet. Don't give them a hard time. Just say, okay, Mom knows. Yep. Okay, great. Miss Linda knows. Okay, good. All right, no worries. Just be careful. Don't slip. That kind of thing. I'm going to be ordering costumes in December like I used to. Because I just feel like I got to check the numbers too. Because right now, I could combine these classes and have one recital. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. But those decisions have to be made in December. I usually peak in October with numbers, so I'm guessing because everything's behind, maybe I'll peak in November this year. So fingers crossed. Tech routines, let's start in October, November like we usually do, because they're going to be dancing, whether they dance just in the recital or we get to do one competition. You can get started on those. And they wouldn't be combined anyway. Regular classes, don't start anything until January, except Clarice, of course, you can start the adults early. I just mean that, if we don't know about combining classes or whatnot, let's just wait. And plus, if people start late too. Anyway, I think that's it. If I missed anything, just shoot me a text. My brain is kind of in a fog lately. And, oh yeah, people are crazy. I've talked about this with Nicole. You should see the emails I'm getting. Like, I say classes start September 14th, and they say, so what day would Saturday start? And I want to go, are you kidding me? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that would be the 19th. But I don't. I just say September 19th. So just be prepared. Like I said, kids are stressed. Everybody's distracted. I'm trying my best to keep it together. By all means, just let me know if I'm dropping the ball with anything. COVID brain is a thing. So anyway, I really appreciate all your help. Appreciate you being there, and I love you guys. Oh, I didn't mean to cry. I'm crying because I'm so glad I have you. You have my back, and I really appreciate that. All right, so next week we start.
Can't wait to see you and talk to you later.